Hello everyone, welcome to Eternal Brews. My name is Pojo, and today we present you with a new Stranger Danger deck featuring the most dangerous strangers that ever did danger. This is a ridiculous deck that we've actually had a really good run with in Expedition. Currently on like a 70% win rate. It's doing good. We're doing good. It's still the early days yet, so it's quite possible that this is too greedy or something like that. I'm certainly seeing a lot of greedy decks, and we are out-greeding those decks, and that's always delightful, but we're also doing really well against a lot of the aggro and a lot of the other stuff, so yeah, the deck's in good shape. We're pretty happy to be presenting it. This is a great first deck for us for the start of the set, and obviously there may end up being more tuning since it is in fact day one, but we wanted to show it off because it is a tremendous amount of fun, and we are talking about a lot of like interesting value shenanigans, a pretty delightful time that it tends to involve you stealing a large portion of your opponent's deck, playing a lot of very large cards, generally doing things that we ascribe to having lots and lots of fun in Eternal. So let's talk about it. So as of right now, there are 5 legendary strangers that do particular things in Eternal, and while looking at these strangers, we decided that there were 3 that were particularly meriting attention due to their onboard impact in terms of what they do. First is Makar's Stranger, which steals the top card of the other player's deck, and when it attacks, kills a non-stranger enemy unit. Grodov's Stranger, which is the most powerful of the 5, a 6 cost that when you play it, plays a random sigil from your deck. Super good if you want to be playing lots and lots of cards, which Makar's Stranger tends to lend itself to quite well. Also, when it attacks, you shuffle a void of your choice into its owner's deck, an extremely relevant effect that happens to mess up your opponent's stuff, make sure that they can't get top decks, allows you to fight against mill, which is really useful. You get to cycle bad cards into their deck if they have bad cards in their void, like treasure troves or tokens, anything that gets created. And then on top of all of that, you draw 2 cards, which a card that draws 2 cards on attack is really quite good. This card's amazingly powerful if you do anything with it. Finally, Shavkas Stranger, which just has an excellent stat line, has the deal 3 damage to a non-stranger enemy ability, which is very similar to Rizan Greatbow. So really solid option, and gets you a +1 power each turn for each of your units when it attacks, which tends to be good into leading to other stranger shenanigans if you're trying for a lot of onboard actions. So the idea behind this deck is to play those 3 strangers, usually in that order, and then we are going to just steal a bunch of our opponent's cards, use the massive amount of power that we have played out of our deck with Grodov's Stranger to play those cards, and then continue to play more strangers to steal more cards, deal more damage, gain more power, generally just make life very hard for our opponents. On top of all of that, we have a base of strangers. We are using Ruthless Stranger as a 1-drop, Covetous Stranger and Magnificent Stranger as 2s, and Strange Gladiator as 3s, all of which allows us to occasionally Aramot's Machination and pop a bunch of them out all at once, though that is just a one-of that kind of happens as a fun-of in the deck. Generally pretty powerful. Putting all of this together, we are in Destruction colors, so we are playing with Destruction Chant, which allows us to invoke, get ourselves a decent amount of stuff, and generally just sort of generate more value once we have already accumulated all the power that we need. Display of Destruction, which is extremely relevant because it allows us to sacrifice a unit to play out the extremely powerful Grodov's Stranger, and thus get extra power immediately, get ourselves set up for Makar's Stranger, and start playing into like these very big stranger lists, while also getting a card draw engine online really early. So really powerful stuff. This card also stabilizes you against a lot of aggro since it gains life, and plays Cultists, which is a good way to dodge out cards like Voprex's Choice, or anything that forces you to sacrifice. So really powerful stuff, generally does a lot of good work. The Strangers, in terms of what they are doing, Covetous Stranger fills our hand with treasure troves, which you can then use with Grodov's Stranger to draw into multiple amounts of cards. Magnificent Stranger reduces the cost of cards in our deck, which really kind of synergizes very well with Covetous Stranger's ability. Strange Gladiator allows us to get +1/+1 bonuses on our units, which tend to stack up very quickly. It's also really well statted, good at being defensive or offensive, and has the ability to kill enemy relics with exhausting, which is very powerful and tends to be something that actually gives the deck a lot of flexibility and a lot of versatility. Really important stuff. On top of all of that, we have Traverse Farm to pick up cards, Reunite to also pick up cards. Traverse Farm reduces the cost of cards, so we can do stuff like play a Makar's Stranger on 4, play a Ruthless Stranger, steal another card, play a Ruthless Stranger, steal another card, or play a Grodov's Stranger on 5, play a Magnificent Stranger for 1 with the power that we got off Grodov's Stranger, play another 2-drop Stranger for 1 with the power we got off Grodov's Stranger. It's a pretty wild time. You get a lot of value out of this whole setup, and then when you attack with the Strangers, you get the more value out of the treasure troves. Basically, this deck rarely runs out of cards, and it's really good at destroying your opponent's stuff. So solid stuff on that. To keep ourselves alive in the early game, aside from Display of Destruction, we also have Defile, which steals cards and puts them into our void, enabling Aramat's Machinations, amongst other things. And we have Seek Power to make sure that we have consistent power, even if we're playing Destruction Chant. This deck uses a lot of power. We're basically running on like sort of the 7 and 6 drops matter strategy, so we are trying to play power every turn. To that extent, we definitely play a lot of power in Expedition. We're really looking for a big controlling list. That's basically it. This deck is all value all the time. Every stranger provides a unique and difficult problem for your opponent to deal with. These are some of the most dangerous strangers that have ever been printed in Eternal, and most of them work very well just on their own. So we are actually getting a lot of advantage out of these cards, and when they all come together into one big pile, it tends to spiral out of control in a really spectacular way, as you're gonna see in the games that we're showing off today. So let's go ahead and get into some games. I'm real excited to show these to you because there's some dumb stuff coming out from our live stream. So see you soon. Cheers. Stranger Mirror is bad for me. Like, that does not turn out well. I don't have a lot of removal for their strangers, and they get all of the benefits of mine, which, yeah, I don't think that's great. My strangers are very good, but killing non-stranger enemy units doesn't really do anything. Stealing their cards is going... They're going to be stealing my cards, and my cards are higher quality. Alright, we'll keep this. Destruction Chant gets us fire. That allows us to play seats.
Forged for the throne.
Yeah, if I can display Strange Gladiator, then it's gonna be pretty wild.
We trust in ourselves.
Strangers are broke as all hell. There's a lot of really dumb stuff in here. Like, what do you even do about this?
We trust in ourselves.
Maybe, okay.
Trust in our sacrifice.
I'm trusting in our sacrifice. Seems good to me. My card stranger steals cards. Grodov Stranger is a 9/9. Yep, seems like I might have to do that. But I'm up to 5 now, so now I get to play 9/7s and steal your stuff.
We hunt and thrive.
But you might end up needing your stuff, you know? Yeah, Display of Menace is a very powerful card. Scraping the barrel.
We hunt and thrive. Our magic is unbroken.
Steal some more. Got a Dragon Forge. Do I have a weapon? Or a relic? I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure I don't have either. Oh, but the mirror's so weird, right? Placing Salvo gets something. Bummer. I had to be sure. I think we're trying to avoid playing Shavkas Stranger because there's still potential Shenra speaks in here. No, God. Alright. Reunited, and it feels so good.
We hunt and thrive.
I'm not stealing good cards, at least. Yeah, Stranger package in a non-Stranger deck sounds pretty interesting. Cheers, Curious. Yeah, we were trying that earlier today. I think it's going to be a tough balance, similar to previous Armory setups, but there's a lot of stuff there. I'm sure RNG's already, like, pretty far into it. Alright, we got Seek, Covetous Stranger. Tough one. I think we keep it, but man, that's hard. Poor Covetous Stranger. I'll probably just hold on to him until Strange Gladiator comes down. Oh, it's Flyers.deck, okay.
We earn our keep.
You know what? I think it's fine. We gain 3 health if we just deal the damage. Which kills that Cloud Snake, and I think that's kind of important right now. Yeah, no, that goes away.
Trust in our
You don't get to do that to me while playing all your flyers. Thanks. Strange Gladiator can clear their flyer relics. Interesting mastery.
We trust in ourselves.
Should get some flyers from Shavkas Stranger. Shavkas Stranger is a beefcake. Love Alluring Kieran, what a fun card. Oh, nice. I didn't actually need to play that, so... Ooh, they got Spark, though.
We hunt and thrive.
Permafrost, I can work with that. Oh, I have to exhaust it. I see.
We earn our keep.
I'm just barely getting there. Okay.
Our magic is unbroken.
Got the discounts. Got the Shavkas Strangers. Done for the turn. Nice. Pulling the 2 permafrosts was kind of a good deal there. I think we would have been fine if we'd been able to play Shavkas Stranger, but that was just like a rough time. Covetous, Magnificent, sure. I think we play Magnificent first, since Covetous plays better at second. That makes sense to me.
Our magic is unbroken.
Yeah, I do remember when Abergraph was a 3-cost, the dumbest thing. I think in my initial, like, here's our impression of that card, I was just like, this card costs too little for what it does.
Our magic is unbroken.
Stop searing me.
Safe travels, friend.
Nice.
We earn our keep.
Alright, we're on it. Value is happening. At pace. Oh, I could have treasure trove there. Whoops. My bad.
We hunt and thrive.
Heat's Distillation, one of those cards that's a little hard to afford. But a strong card, certainly.
Safe travels, friend.
We hunt and thrive. Our memories give us
Ooh, Zoltar Arcanum is mine now. Very good. I was pretty surprised to see that happen. No. Here we go. We got a Harmony of Flame? I think Vital Arcana is better. God, this is disgusting.
We struggle and grow. We earn our keep.
All right. Shavkas Stranger can get us most of the rest of the way. Seven plus 6 is 13, so I can kill this, assuming I play Shavka into Grodov. I want to play Grodov into Shavka, but sometimes you don't get what you want in life. I think you can have your Void back.
Our memories give us strength.
No sigils left in deck.
We earn our keep.
It is sigil, so that's interesting. I don't remember hitting end turn, but here we go.
This ends now.
Treasure trove. Treasure trove. Treasure trove. Traverse Farm. Reunite. Shavkas Stranger.
We hunt and thrive.
Our magic is unbroken.
That'll do it. Okay. Alright, and that's it for today. We will have more games from this particular deck coming up on YouTube soonish. I've also got probably some new brews planned. We're going to be streaming today, the 12th of February, starting around 1 PST to 2 PST. Going to be streaming until about 8, so you can catch me live on Twitch TV/LocoPojo, and if you want to see more videos from us, you can always subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day.